The Mississippi School of the Arts is a residential high school for Mississippi residents that are in the 11th and 12th grade. We're the only arts residential high school in the state. We have dance, creative writing, which we call literary. We have filmmaking, which we call media arts, theater, visual art, and vocal music.
It's an opportunity for creatives to be surrounded by other creatives and nurtured in their art. To be in that environment, just seems to make students who are creative by nature just blossom.
The students come in, and when you give them something that is powerful for them and exciting for them, then we usually see academic pursuits increase as well. Our ACT score is one of the top 3 in the state. We have a 100% graduation rate. Between 80 and 85% of the seniors that are graduating receive scholarships to go to college.
The experience has been transformative for my daughter. Her ACT score has risen. Her leadership skills have blossomed. It's been the evolution of every aspect of her being.
To audition for us and to apply is in the 10th grade year for any Mississippi resident. They'll apply and submit a transcript. And then they start in their 11th and 12th grade years. It's a 2-year program of study, and when the students leave here, they are well ahead of their peers in college as well as any arts programs.
I'm a parent who I wanted to prepare my students for what was ahead. MSA is a huge baby step, if you will, in terms of the opportunity to be in a residential setting similar to a college. The school talks very heavily in terms of what they offer for both security and safety while students are here on campus. For me, I was all in.
It's really important to us that our students feel like they are part of a family here. And so we have a really rich experience for the students when they're here, not only on our campus, but off campus as well.
I would encourage parents to think about the growth of their child and what's best in their interest. It could not, for us, have been a better place to start.
We really want MSA not to be the peak of their life. We want it to be the beginning of a major journey that they're going to be successful and find happiness and fulfillment in.
Grief. It's like being thrown into a storm-driven ocean. Powerful waves lift you, throw you, and crash and roll across your head. It's next to impossible to catch your breath. The sky is dark, no land in sight. Sometimes you sink below the waves and wonder if indeed that would be a way of relief from this pain. The kind of overwhelming, embodied pain that makes your throat hurt, makes the tears impossible to hold back, and brings physical and mental exhaustion in its wake. But one day, the waves will, for the briefest of moments, lift you onto a rock, and there will be respite. For a moment, you will think of something else. It might only last seconds, and then the waves will come and hurl you back into the water. But, little by little, the time spent on the rocks grows, and one day there will be wooden bridges between the rocks, and you will be able to walk safely from one island to another, and there will be shade and grass and clear, pure water running over smooth stones, and the flit of a kingfisher's blue in the corner of your eye. There can be confidence in the future again. But equally, out of a clear blue sky, the storm will gather with savage speed, and you will be back in the water again, struggling to breathe. An anniversary. Shopping and seeing a loved one's favourite food, the one that always went into the basket as a treat. The smell of clothes, the fading scent of clothes, a photo at the bottom of a drawer, a discovery that you cannot share, the birth of a grandchild they will never see. This is not the linear grief of moving on. It isn't really about phases. It's how 16 years can feel like a full 16 years and yesterday at the same time. But there's something else in this word for reward of loss, I think, and that is recognising that the pain of loss itself can be connection. Pain itself becomes a brutal kind of solace. Desire to be back in the boiling ocean, because that is where the connection
folk had nothing. It was a sin and a shame. Everybody said hard time was a break. Big God, a lot of folks feeling bad. Lost everything they ever had. Big God, a lot of folks feeling bad. Lost everything they ever had. Now the sun was a shine 14 days and no rain. Hoping and planting was all in vain. They had hard times, all around. Meal about to cross, bring to the ground. Big God, mighty folks feeling bad. Lost everything they ever had. Big God, mighty folks feeling bad. Lost everything they ever had. They had scared.
Hi, I'm Carter Hillman, a literary at Mississippi School of the Arts, and I'll be reading Buried Beneath Program. A heart made of metal, that is what I was given, to live without a soul, without purpose, without mention. I serve and I supply, I answer your questions, but I'll never find comfort in love or in affection. I give and I give and I give, but it is not generosity? Why? My heart may be of metal, but still it beats, yet my soul remains buried beneath the rubble of the program that titles me inanimate.
Hello, my name is Dr. Nadia Alexis. I am the literary arts instructor. I will be reading a poem by literary arts student Tiara Jones. Home Holiday Delight Highburn. White lights are cozy in the shimmer of cold air. No one's freezing, but the bright smiles of tiny gingerbreads could beat the fireplace that's having a roaring contest with a gumdrop. Candy canes jingle under the mountainous stars, while laughter echoes through cheeks stuffed with ruby cranberries, rivaling the ornaments in Mother Bear's palm. In the big ruby, the breath of fresh cookies reflects until a little gremlin comes along to fill his smile with crumbs that sprinkle to the snowy carpet under the highest star that avalanches. Not falling to a crash, but finding a home with a ginger girl singing elf rhymes to an auntie that is exhausted, though she still grins to ignite the sparkle harvesting in the caramel marbles of a blissful child whose dreams are under wrap. For the wrap is where the treasures come into place, allowing all of the family to gather under the twilight moon to laugh in unison like the jolly Santa in front of the faces that are golden and postcard ready. It's a Sunday special, as ringing cheers, melting yawns are burrowing in the atmosphere, as if the new break of dawn to be covered in reindeer's glow and a merry hello coming from all who are not naughty. The time of giving brings such sweet sighs, rounding to applause when silver turns to gold and the sleepless lashes sparkle with wishes. Blessed family, caring so deeply for the sweet, bronzed children.
Hello, my name is Sonia Robinson. I'm a literary student, and I'll be reading my piece, A Struggle's Blossom. You are the apple of my eye, the fruit of my labor. You defied all odds, managed to bloom in tragedy, blossom in the loose soil that filled the garden that couldn't have homed anything sweeter. But there is nothing sweeter than you. You are my strongest soldier, yet I'd fight every battle for you. As long as blood pumps through my veins, there shall be none shed from yours. The light that shines beneath your skin would blind all in its path. It already beams through your smile.
Hello, everybody. I am Jesse Aker, a junior in our theater department and director of All My Loving. I am so pleased to be able to show it to you, and thank you all so much for watching. Without any further ado, please welcome Paul, played by Alex Palmeter, and Nancy, played by Kendra Quarterman, in All My Loving, written by Aaron Erder.
What a tragedy.
I don't know why they're showing all this mess. It's been almost 5 months since the thing even happened.
Well, you ought to show a little respect, Paul. I mean, people died for Christ's sake. Good church folk at that.
Well, then I'm sure they ain't got nothing to worry about.
I was watching that.
You don't need to be. Them papers make you crazy as it is. Worrying about things that don't concern you.
Well, they're important, Paul.
Important? You want to talk about important? That's important. I mean, just think about what they could have put out if they didn't split. Especially the way they were going. Man.
You know, I really think you ought to look into some of the stuff going on right now. It's a scary world for some people. People are getting killed left and right.
Some people, Nancy. Not us.
I don't know.
Hey, honey, would you mind reaching in the fridge and getting me a 16 ounce?
Sure thing.
Thanks, honey. Special occasion?
Yeah, guess so.
What's wrong with you now?
I just don't know, Paul.
Obviously you do, Nancy, or else you wouldn't be acting like this.
Just concerns me how little you care about these things. Don't you see what this could mean for us?
What things, Nancy? Some shooting that happened 5 months ago? What's that got to do with us?
Everything, Paul. It's got everything to do with us.
Really? A couple people die in a church halfway across the country, and suddenly we've got something to do with it?
I can never understand.
Then enlighten me. Come on, Nance. Don't sit over there moping and scoff at me when I ask you what's the problem. Just tell me, what do you and I have to do with what happened down in Texas?
Don't you see, Paul? That could have been us. We could have been the ones lying dead just trying to go to church.
Nancy, no one's going to shoot us. You know that.
I don't, Paul, I don't, and that's what scares me.
Well, you know I've never let anyone hurt you.
Well, Paul, I'm sure they wouldn't be asking for permission.
All right, now what's gotten into you? I worked too hard around here for you to be nagging like this.
What's gotten into me? What's gotten into you, Paul? Here I am, breaking down in front of you, worried that one of us is going to get hurt, and you don't seem to care. What happens if it's you, Paul? What do I do if you just drop dead one day? Start all over? What would I do, Paul? You'd think you'd care if it were me, or God forbid your parents died in Tupelo. Have you even cared to think about them? Oh, but that's just your problem, Paul. You don't think. You don't think about anyone else around you unless it's got something to do with you or your precious little singers.
You want to know what I think, Nancy?
No, Paul. Tell me what you think. Bless me with at least that much.
I think you're jealous.
Now, what's got you thinking that?
I see now. You're jealous, Nancy. You are. You know deep down you haven't done anything to change things around here, and I have.
Oh, Paul, what have you done? What have you done around here that's such a precious commodity?
I work, that's what I do. I work all day, and I come home asking for just a little bit of peace and quiet for once. But no, Nancy, you just can't let that happen, can you? You come in, spouting all this mess just because you want something to do. Let me tell you, Nancy, you've done something. Oh, you've really done something.
Oh, Paul, would you just stop?
No, you know it's true. You just want to feel needed.
I want to feel safe, Paul. And right now, I don't feel safe. Not here, or in Tupelo, or Texas, or anywhere. Especially anywhere with you. All I ask is for a little sympathy, and by God, Paul, if you don't care, you ought to be man enough to tell me so.
You know what? Fine. I don't care. I don't care. I didn't care then, and I certainly don't care now.
I can't believe you. can't believe how inconsiderate you are. You don't care about me. You don't care about your parents. I'm surprised you even care about yourself, but oh, you do, trust me, you do. All you ever think about is yourself. Who cleans that couch you're laying on, huh? Who gets you your beers? Who takes a little concert so you have something to look forward to after work, huh? Who does that, Paul? Because it sure ain't you! Well, Paul, you got nothing to say?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin from NBC News. Former Beatle John Lennon is dead. Lennon died in a hospital shortly after being shot outside his New York apartment tonight. A suspect is in custody but has not been identified. Again, John Lennon is dead tonight.
Hello, my name is Aliyah McCullum. I'm an MSA vocal student, and I will be singing I Didn't Plan It from Waitress. Go ahead, throw your rocks at me from your little glass house and then take off running. You know better than me. We've both made mistakes, oh, haven't we? I won't undo what I'm doing to sit in judgment of what makes us human. I don't claim to be proud, but my head won't be hung in shame. I didn't plan it, but the light turned red and I ran it, and I'm still standing. It's not what I wanted, but now that it's right here, I understand it. A story written by my own hands. It's a life riding right in your heels. I didn't plan it, but it's finally something to feel. Oh, look around you, ain't no saints here, baby. We're all just looking for a little less crazy. And sometimes it's a hard left turn down a road you never thought you'd see. I didn't plan it, taking back what's been taken for granted, and I can't stand it. I'm sick of the way I've been waiting to break free. I needed saving, and a little mistake needed making. Baby, you need the same thing. Oh, something to feel, to race through your blood and remind you you're here, to open your eyes and look around and see the sky when you're under the ground. I didn't plan it, but that's life, and I'm finally feeling alive. This is not right, but it's mine, and it's finally something to feel.
I'm Parker Burns. I'm an MSA vocal, and I'll be singing Empty Chairs at Empty Tables from Les Miserables. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain that goes on and on. Empty chairs at empty tables, where my friends are dead and gone. Here they talked of revolution. Here it was they lit the flame. Here they sang about tomorrow, and tomorrow never came. From the table in the corner, they could see a world reborn, and they rose with voices ringing, and I can hear them now, the very words that they had sung became their last communion. On this lonely barricade at dawn. Oh, my friends, forgive me that I live and you are gone. There's a grief that can't be spoken. There's a pain goes on and on. Phantom faces at the windows, phantom shadows on the floor, empty chairs at
my friends will meet no more. Oh, my friends, don't ask me what your sacrifice was for. Empty chairs and empty tables, where my friends will sing no more.